everybody, it's Chris from the Evermore podcast, Newcastle podcast on the Evermore YouTube channel. Back with another Rumour Has It video where we're talking about players that are linked to the club during this busy summer transfer window. We've had loads of links, obviously a few signs as well on the way, which has been absolutely brilliant. We've done the defence. We're looking more at the midfield and the attacking areas now. So we're about to get stuck into another player, Premier League proven player as well, a player that I quite like, I rate quite highly. So we're going to have a look at that in a second. Just before I do a little bit of housekeeping, if you haven't already, please click that like and subscribe button. We'd love to have you on board, but we're closing on 1250 subscribers, which is amazing. We absolutely love all the support and the great comments as well. Click that bell, make sure you don't miss any of these videos when they come out. So without further ado, let's get stuck into the latest player that we're talking about being linked to the club. We can't stress enough, this is not an ITK channel. This is literally just guys who've been linked in the media, various outlets, journalists, social media, Sky Sports, etc., etc. And we're just giving you our take on it, and then obviously inviting you guys to comment as well. Let us know what you guys think about it. So the player we're talking about is none other than Jack Harrison from Leeds United. Sorry to my mate Phil, who is Leeds through and through and doesn't want to lose this lad, but it looks pretty obvious now that Leeds are becoming a selling club. They've obviously, they've sold some of their prize assets already. Calvin Phillips is gone. Rafinha looks like he's on the way, and obviously Jack Harrison could be next. So he's 25 years old, left-footed. Really, really fast, rapid player is the first thing that I think of when I think of this player. He started off at Manchester City in the youth academy. They loaned him out to New York. I think he played under Patrick Vieira, and obviously went to Leeds. Great time under Bielsa. Really helped him improve as a player. He's predominantly a winger, but he's filled in at wing back a few times as well for Leeds. But as I say, he's got pace to burn. You can see from the heat map there, he's a real chalk on the boots type winger, but he's got a turn of speed, he's got quick feet, close control. He can beat a man. Statistics-wise, he had a really good goal-scoring season last season. The 35 Premier League appearances, he got 8 goals, but only 1 assist for a winger, which is a little bit poor. That kind of reflects on what Mark's saying there, and on the key strength, that key passes he likes to cross and his conversion rate, but he's dispossessed more, and his pass completion isn't great. Now, before we kind of judge Jack Harrison too much, because you can see on the radar there, in terms of him and Maxi kind of beats him on the assists as well considerably. But Jack Harrison had most of last season without a striker to feed, with Patrick Bamford being injured quite a lot of the time. So I think, much like Maxi, when Wilson came back, I think he picked up something like 2 or 3 assists in the space of a couple of games. So that's how quickly those stats can improve as a winger when you've got somebody to feed. Obviously, with Harrison, Bamford wasn't there, so that probably reflects in his statistics. He had to take the goal scoring opportunities himself, which is why he got 8 goals, which is a good return for a winger. To be honest with you, I expect my wingers to be getting 8 to 10 goals a season. I think they used to do that quite a lot. The modern day football has changed a little bit, but wingers used to get goals. Obviously, the top teams wingers get double figures every season. Likes of City and Liverpool and guys like that. But for me, I'd love to have a winger getting anywhere between 8 to 10 goals a season. It really, really helps with the spreading the goal tally out there. But just looking at some of those key stats, as you can see, his goals per game, because that statistic is good. He's 0.27 per 90 minutes. This is over the top 5 European leagues, marks in the comparison. His shots on target and his goals to shot ratio is really high. He's in the 86th percentile, and his passes into the area, he's 1.5 passes per 90 minutes, so he's in the 61 percentile there. So yeah, he's an exciting player. There's a few players who've obviously been linked to. The Moussa Diaby talks are still rumbling on. I think the latest talk is that Bayer Leverkusen wants 60 million quid for this lad. He's an unbelievable player, but obviously very similar to Sven Botman. The club look like they're not going to be taken for a ride. If they believe that that's too much of a valuation of the player, that they will dig their heels in and they will look for a plan B, much like they've done with Ekitike, and they walked away from that deal. I hope they do get Diaby, because I think Diaby is a much better prospect than any of these players linked, and he's right-footed as well, which helps that balance. And you can keep Maxi in the side, but maybe Harrison is being looked at as a potential replacement for Maxi if these exit rumours are still true. I think some prominent journalists have still said that if Newcastle get an offer for, say, £40 million upwards, they'd sell Maxi. So maybe Eddie Howe's looked and realised that Maxi isn't his type of player. We just don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Like I say, we don't claim to be any ITKs, so we don't spin that shit. If Eddie Howe thinks that Maxi isn't part of his plans, then maybe he is looking for a replacement. And with Harrison's work rate and the fact he can go back and forward and track back as well, maybe that makes him appealing to Eddie Howe for that left-hand side. I don't think he's as skillful as Maxi and can create as much as Maxi. So yeah, it'd be a big gamble if that's what we're looking to do. But yeah, so Diaby's the top target by the looks of it. But these are obviously plan Bs, you know. So we've got Jack Harrison there. You know, we did one Anthony Gordon the other day, who I don't really rate. And then you've got Callum Hudson-Odoi as well, thrown in the mix from Chelsea, who's a very good player, but injury prone. We've had too many of those over the years. So it'd be interesting to see who we do bring in that particular area. But it's definitely an area that the club are looking to strengthen. But let us know what you guys think about Jack Harrison. Do you think he'd be a good addition to the squad? I do personally. I think he's a dangerous player. I think he gives you another dynamic. You know, if you want to play three at the back, if you want to have Botman, Byrne, and Shaw, and then have, you know, two what you would call pure wing backs with attacking threat. You know, you could have Trippier one side, Harrison the other, rather than Matty Targett, who is a great player, but I think he's better defensively than he is offensively. So I think Jack Harrison will give you that extra dynamic in the squad. But Leeds might want big money for the lad, you know, and you've got to weigh up the options and see whether it's a good value for money deal. It might not be for the club at this particular time, and they might want to be looking at other outlets as well. You know, the striker is a real concern of an area now. The Ekatike deal's up in smoke. I think the Brozier deal could definitely be pushed through on a loan. Again, that throws questions open about the likes of Hudson-Odoi. Would they give us that player after you know, having another player come to the club on loan? So yeah, let us know you guys think in the comments below. We'll love to hear from you. We'll love to try and reply to as many as we can. And as I mentioned at the start, if you haven't already, please click the like and subscribe button. We'd love you to join us. We're closing on that 1250 subscriber mark, so onwards and upwards. The ideal goal is to 2,000, but it's probably going to take a little bit longer than we would like. But you know, click that button, come and join the party. We've got loads of content coming. You know, we're going to be back with more and more content. You know, the What's Going On show now is every Monday night, which has replaced Pitch Patter, so that's really fun. Enjoy that, and we've had a couple of them already. There's some great interactions from you, and it won't be long until we're back with a weekly Evermore podcast when the season kicks off. So until then, let's keep supporting that team. We'll call United. This is Chris signing off. We'll be back with another transfer video soon enough. Cheers, guys.